The Shanghai trip over for some lawmakers after just getting started. A gang caught selling counterfeit medicine and great shots from day one of the Masters. Good evening. A major plot twist in the high-profile visit to Shanghai by Hong Kong legislators. After weeks of political bickering over political reform negotiations, some pan-Democrats are making a U-turn upon arriving there. The League of Social Democrats, Leung Kwok-hung, who brought a T-shirt with a photo of the 1989 Tiananmen crackdown on it, is on his way back. Upon arrival in Shanghai, authorities at the airport made him choose between entering the mainland or keeping the T-shirt. Leung chose the second and is expected back in Hong Kong at any moment now. Acting in solidarity with Leung, legislators Sid Ho and Cheung Kwok-che are also returning to Hong Kong. The other pan-Democrats have decided to stay and are scheduled to meet with central government officials on Sunday. Earlier, the delegation received a send-off from pro-democracy demonstrators. Diane To has more. Hong Kong Television Network has decided to try for a free-to-air TV license again. The company is also seeking a judicial review over the Office of the Communications Authority's position on mobile television service. HKTV has filed an application for leave for the judicial review on its belief that Ofcom misinterpreted the broadcasting ordinance. It also believes Ofcom has not adhered to or misapplied mobile television policies when examining HKTV's case. Businessman Ricky Wong's venture said it is exploring the feasibility of using different transmission standards to provide Hong Kong with more TV programming. The government has unveiled plans to develop Kam Tin South in Yuen Long. It plans to build more than 33,000 homes in a plot there. But some people are concerned there aren't enough facilities in the area. Stephanie Choi reports. Customs officers say they've smashed a syndicate selling suspected counterfeit medicines. Agents raided locations in Sai Wan, Mong Kok, Quarry Bay and Chau Kei Wan. 8 people were arrested and 150,000 pills valued at close to $1 million were confiscated. The counterfeit medicines, including some for arthritis and sexual dysfunction, were also found on sale at 3 drugstores. Officials stress the seriousness of the crime. Offenders are liable to a fine of $500,000 and 5 years in prison. The Environment Chief has denied suggestions a fund to help the recycling industry is aimed at countering public opposition to government plans to expand the city's landfills. Recycling firms will soon get up to $5 million in grants each.
The cash will go towards buying equipment and recruiting more workers. In other words, boosting the waste management capacity of recycling companies. Under the plan unveiled by Secretary for the Environment Wong Kam Sing, firms that come up with a 2-year expansion project may get a government grant of up to $5 million, which they must match. And trade associations could apply for as much as $10 million to train workers and to upgrade environmental and safety standards. The money will come from a $1 billion fund, which has been allocated to promoting recycling.
I think the government is going to support the recycling industry with a view to reducing the pressures on landfill and also to have support so that we can implement our waste blueprint that aims to reduce our residual waste within 10 years.
This new plan arrives just days before LegCo looks once again at controversial government plans to expand the Cheng Kwan O landfill and build an incinerator in Shek Wu Chau. And with the city's waste disposal capacity reaching its limits, this is a race against time. But the Environment Bureau denies that the timing of this announcement was chosen to gain the favour of legislators and the public before LegCo looks at the landfill expansion plans next Wednesday.
The key objective is to strengthen the operation of the recycling industry in Hong Kong in terms of quality and also the quantity of the output. So the overall aim is to reduce the landfill burden.
The chairman of the Recycle Materials and Reproduction Business General Association, Lau Yuxing, supports the scheme. He hopes frontline workers will indeed be the ones who benefit from the fund.
Investigators looking for the missing Malaysia Airlines plane are confident that a series of underwater signals detected are from the black boxes of flight MH370. But it still leaves a very wide and deep area of the Indian Ocean to search. Alan Buckner reports. Pope Francis has asked forgiveness for the evil committed by priests who molested children. At Vatican City, the pontiff told members of the International Catholic Child Bureau that the Holy See was aware of the personal and moral damage carried out by men of the Church. Recently, victims' rights groups have criticized Francis for not meeting with sexual abuse victims in Italy and also during a trip to Brazil. Last year, the Vatican announced the creation of a new group of clerics and laypeople with the purpose of fighting the abuse crisis. The war of words between Russia and the United States over the situation in Ukraine continues. Today, Russian President Vladimir Putin said that Moscow will fulfill its obligations of gas delivery to Europe and Ukraine for now. But he suggested Kiev may be asked to pay in advance for deliveries. This after Moscow and Washington traded warnings and threats over natural gas supplies and Ukraine's enormous Russian gas bill. James Aiken reports. 3 mainlanders have been sentenced for possessing forged documents in a probe involving the failed Hong Kong Mercantile Exchange. Vicky Kung reports. And in sports, American Bill Haas has the lead after the first round of the Masters. If the name sounds familiar, that's because Haas comes from a family of famous golfers. Here's Jameson Wong. And a quick check of the weather before we go. Mainly fine and warm on Saturday. Expect a high temperature of about 27 degrees. That's the news. Good night.